Hi guys, so in this video we are going to see about some important utility methods from the string class in the Java. So we already know, as per the immutability property, once you create the string objects, you cannot change the content of that string object later. Okay, so if you try to change the content, it will create a new object in the memory. Okay, so with that, let's try to understand this concat method. So let's say here I created one string literal object. So with this statement, one object will be created in the SCP with the Java content and S1 will point to that object. So let's try to modify this object with the help of concat method. So with the help of concat method, we will be able to join two strings together. So S1.concat, and in the bracket, I want to join this Java and automation together. So this automation is again a string literal, so it will create one object with the automation content in the SCP. And this S1.concat is the runtime operation. Right. So due to this runtime operation, Java will create one object in the heap with the Java automation content. Okay. So as we are performing the concat operation on Java and automation, it will create new object in the heap area with the Java automation content. Here we are not assigning this value to any variable. Okay. So that object will not have any reference and will be available for the garbage collection. So as per the immutability, this original object will remain as it is. Okay, so we cannot change the value for this original object once it is created. So if you print the value of S1, you will get Java. So now let's move to the second method, that is replace method. So with the help of replace method in the string, we will be able to replace one or more characters from the given string with the new values. For example, we have string S2 is equal to automation learning. So from this, I want to replace automation with the Selenium. So I just need to write S2 dot replace. So first thing, in the bracket we need to provide what character sequence you want to replace. So I want to replace automation, comma, with the new value. Okay, so with this object, one object will be created with the automation learning content in the SCP, and S2 is pointing to that object. Then after this statement, first, Java will create one object with the automation content in the SCP and another one object with the Selenium content in the SCP, because we don't have this object already in our SCP area. Okay, and similar to concat, this is a runtime operation. Okay, so a new object will be created in the heap with the Selenium learning content. So now let's create one variable to point to that newly created object in the heap area. So if we print the value of S2 and S3, S2 is pointing to the object with the automation learning content and S3 is pointing to the object with the Selenium learning content. So let's say we have S4 is equal to automation 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to remove all these digits from this string. So here we can make use of replace all method. Okay, so using replace we updated one word with the another word, but when you want to update multiple things or multiple characters, you can use replace all method. So just use S4 dot, we have this replace all, and here we can provide the regex. Okay, so currently I want to remove all the digits. So you can provide regex to remove the digits like 2/d. Okay, that's it. So what we can do, I can reassign the value for S4 with this new change. Okay, so previously S4 was pointing to this string, so now it will point to new string which is created after this operation. Okay, so that string content should be only automation. Okay, it has removed all the digits. Okay, so there are multiple ways by which we can do this. For example, let's say this time I am going to remove all the characters. I just want digits. So here I can provide some range in the square bracket. For example, I want to replace all the characters from A to Z. Okay, small a to small z and capital A to capital Z. So this will simply replace all the lowercase and uppercase character from the string with the blank. Right? That means we will get only digits at the output. So another example, let's say it has some special characters. Okay, so now I want to replace all the special characters from the string and I just want automation 1, 2, 3, 4. So how we can do it? So s4 dot replace all the characters which are not in the range of this. Okay, so this symbol I need to use, right? We want digit also. So replace all the characters which are not in this range with the blank. Okay, so this is the original string, and in the output we got the string without special character. So let's say from this string I just want the digits now. So we can simply change this regex to the characters which are not in the range of 0 to 9. Okay, so replace all these characters which are not in this range with the blank. And this time we should get 1, 2, 3, 4. So now next two methods to convert the string into uppercase, like all the characters from the string should be converted into uppercase, and this will be used to convert all the characters to lowercase. So we have this input string, and let's try to convert all the characters into uppercase and in the lowercase. Okay, so uppercase converted all the characters into uppercase, and lowercase converted all the characters in the lowercase. So next method is trim method. So with the help of this trim method, we can replace or we can remove all the leading spaces and trailing spaces in the given string. Okay, for example, here we have some leading spaces, and at the end also I will give some spaces here. So let's try to print the original string, and let's try to print the trim also. Okay, so original string with the spaces and trimmed string without spaces now. So next method is split method. So with the help of this split method, we can split the given string using some regex. Okay, for example, we have this scale string with the Selenium, TestNG, Java, Maven, Jenkins and Git separated by the comma. And if I want all these values separately, then I can split all these strings depending upon the comma. Okay, so using this comma separator, all these words are separated. So we can simply split these skills by using comma separator. So when you split any string with the help of this regex, in the output you will get this string array. Okay, so in that array you will get these separate words. Okay. So all these 6 skills will be available in this array now. Okay, so using simple or enhanced for loop, I can print those values. So next set of methods will be comparison methods. Okay, so using these methods we will be able to compare two string objects. So majorly we have equals, equal ignore case and contains method, and at the end we will see about the equal to also. So this is not a method, it is just an operator, but we will see the difference between equal to and this equals method. Okay, so this will create a single string in the SCP, and both A and B are going to point to that single string object. Right, in the SCP we cannot create duplicate object. Okay, Java will try to reuse the object from the SCP if content is same. Right, so if I want to compare this string A and string B, so first method we can use the equals. So A dot, I'm going to check equals with the B. So this equals method will return to when the content of the two string objects are same. Okay, exactly same in the case also, because we are using the equals. If they are matching in the content but they are lacking or they are differentiating in the case, then you will get the false. So for that purpose we have this equal ignore case. So in the output you will get the true. Okay, but here I will make this as in the lower case now. Okay, so words are same, but they are not matching in the case. So what we got? False. Okay, so to handle this, I will use a dot equal ignore case method now. Okay, so even though this string are not matching in the case, you will get true in the output. So equals method return false and equal ignore case return true. And next one is contains. So let's try to find if A contains some characters. For example, I want to check if this given string contains, let's say, capital T. Okay, so if given string contains all the characters in the given sequence, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Okay, so it will match the sequence, okay, characters with the given sequence. So let's say I am going to check ting. Okay, this should match exactly. Okay, so moment I change this to tng, so t is matching but ng is not there in the sequence, so we will get false here. So here in the string A we have capital T, but rest of the characters are in the lowercase, right? So it should return false. So now let's try to understand about this equal to operator. Okay, so this operator in the Java is also used to compare two string objects. So in the Java, this equal to operator will be used to compare the reference of the string object. Okay, so when the reference are pointing to the same object, then it will return true, otherwise you will get the false. Okay, but in the equals method, it is going to compare the content of the two string object, right? So when the content is exactly same with the case, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. But with the equal to operator, it will compare the reference, that means memory address. So when the both A and B are pointing to the same object, then it will return true. So let's try to print with the equal to operator now. So A equal to B. So with this two statement, we will have a single object with the testing content in the SCP, and both A and B are pointing to that same object, right? That means we are comparing the reference here with the help of equal to. So in this case, you will get true here. Okay, as both A and B are pointing to the same object, right? Let's try to print it. Okay, we got true because both A and B are pointing to the same object. Now A is pointing to the string object containing the capital testing, and B is pointing to the object containing testing. Okay, that means both A and B are pointing to the different object. So both the equals and equal to we will get the false here. Let's say string C is equals to the new operator, new string, and here I am giving testing. So now if you see, A is pointing to the object in the SCP with the testing content, and object C, it will create a new object in the heap area with the testing content. That means A and C are pointing to the object with the same content, right? So if you use equals method, it should return true if you compare A and C, and if you use equal to operator to compare A and C, they are pointing to the different objects. Even though content is same, but they are pointing to the different object. That means different memory location. So it will return false. So A dot equals C, and next one is A equal to C. Okay, so in case of A equals C, we got true because content is same of the both string object, but both A and C are pointing to the different string object in the memory location. So we will get false in case of equal to operator. So equals method used to compare the content of the string objects, and equal to operator will be used to compare the reference of the string objects. So now let's look at the next set of utility methods from the string class. So length method in the string class will return the number of characters present in the given string. For example, we have string str is equal to automation testing practice. So if I want to find how many characters present in the string, then I can use this length method. Okay, so it will count the blank spaces as well. So we got 27 as the length of the string. Okay, so length method return type is integer. So next method is indexOf method. So this method will return the index of first occurrence of the character or string from the given string. Example, I have string my email is equal to aj.automation@gmail.com. Okay, so from this string, if I want to find the occurrence, first occurrence of this capital A, then I can use my email dot indexOf method. So in this string, a is present at the 2 place, right? It is present at the 0th index and it is present at the 3rd index as well. Okay, so indexOf method will simply return the first occurrence. So this time we will get the 0. Similarly, if I want to find the last occurrence of the a, then I have lastIndexOf method. So this time we got 3 because a is present at 3rd position and we are checking the last index. So using this indexOf method, we can find the occurrence of the string also. For example, from this my email, I want to find the occurrence, first occurrence of this com field. So we got the 20 because this com starts from the 20th index from this my email string. Okay, so what will happen when I am trying to find the occurrence of a character which is not present in this string? For example, here I am trying to find the first occurrence of the z, and in this value we don't have z character, right? So in this case, this method will return -1 value. So let's try to find the second occurrence now. So second occurrence of a. So we know this capital A is starting at index 0. Okay. So here my email.indexOf, we have provided the character value for which we want the index. And here I can give comma. And here I can provide from which index Java should start searching. Okay. So I know I want to skip the 0th index. It should start searching from the first. So I will give 1 here. So this we need to give in the bracket of indexOf method. Okay. So like this. So search for a character. Okay. Try to find the index of a character and start from first index in the given string. Okay. So it will not include this capital A. And this time we will get 3. Okay. This is how you can get the second occurrence. Similarly, if we try to find for the m, so m is present at multiple places. Okay, so if I want to skip this m value and it should start from the a, then I just need to provide that index here. So instead of hard coding that index value, what I can do, I can again use the indexOf method here to get the first occurrence of the m value. So my email dot indexOf, okay, and m. Okay, so first this value will return the first occurrence of the m in the given string, that is this index value, right? Okay, so we got 7 here. Okay, so we need to skip that 7 index, right? Searching should start from the 8. So what we can do to make it dynamic, I will just add +1 here, right? So this will return 7 and +1, that means 8. So start searching from the 8th index in the given string. So this second m is present at the 15th index. So this time we should get the 15. Okay. So next method is charAt method. So this method will return the character present at the specified index in the given string. So in case of indexOf method, we provided the character value or string value for which we want the index. So this time we will provide the index value, and this method will return the character present at that index. Okay, so return type of this charAt method will be a character. So from this value, if I want to find the character present at the 0th index, what I can do? My email dot charAt, just provide the 0th index. Okay, so this time I will get capital A. So similarly, if I want to find the character present at the last index, how we can do it? So where the last character will be present. Okay, so first we need to find the length of the string, right? And then we need to subtract 1 from it because our index starts from the 0. So that will return the index of the last character in the given string. So last character present in the given string, first we need to use the my email dot charAt. So in the bracket we need to provide the index, last character index. So for that purpose we need to find the length of the string first using length method and subtract 1 from it. In the output we will get this small m. So next method is substring method. So this method will be used to extract the some part of the string from the given string. Okay, so we will specify the begin index and end index, and this method will return the characters present at that between begin index and end index. Okay, so let's try to understand with the example. So let's say from this my email, I just want to find the substring which will start from the third index. So after aj dot, I have this value automation@gmail.com. Right? So I can get that substring using this substring method. So how to do it? Again, my email dot substring, and here we need to specify the begin index and end index. So let's say I will just provide begin index. Right? So from the third index, I want the complete substring. Okay, so start at index equal to 3 and give me all the characters present after it. So now this time we will start from the third index and we will give the end index also. So up to, let's say, 8th index. So this begin index will be inclusive. That means it will consider the character present at this begin index, but this end index is exclusive. So it will not consider the character present at this end index. It will consider the previous character. That means 7th index character. Okay, so here we will get up from third index up to 7th index. Okay, so if I want to get from 3rd to 7, I need to provide here begin index is 3, comma, here I will provide 8. Okay, if I want to find the length of substring, so that will be end index minus begin index. So for example, here 8 minus 3. So this will give 5. So we will get 5 characters in the output, and this is what we got. So now let's try to make use of indexOf method inside the substring method. For example, from this email ID, I just want to find the domain. So domain is present after the @ symbol. So our begin index will start from the index of @, right? And it will go up to the length of the string. Okay, so you can just provide the begin index, no need to provide the end index. So begin index, how we can get the begin index from this my email? From the my email, get the index of @ symbol. Okay, so start from the @. So this will be inclusive. So I will have to start from the next character. Okay, from the next index. Right, so I will have to add 1 here. Okay, that means it will start from the G character. Okay, so no need to provide the end index because we want the domain name from here. Similarly, if I just want to find the value before this @, okay, without domain and @ symbol, so I will have to start from the 0th index, right? And I need to provide the end index. Here, start from the 0th index. Okay, now we need to specify the end index. So our end index will be the index of this @ symbol. Okay, because end index is the exclusive value from that character. Okay, so it will not consider the index of @, okay, in the indexOf method. So we just need to provide here my email dot find index of @ symbol. It will start from the 0 and my email index of @. That means here we get the 13. So start from the 0th index and go up to the 12. So always remember, begin index is inclusive and end index is exclusive. So next method is to convert string into the character array. So we have this ready-made method by which we can convert string into the character array. So string is nothing but the sequence of the character, and string internally uses the character array to store the characters. Okay, so when you want to convert string into the character array, we have this ready-made method to char array. So return type for this method is character array. So once you get the array, using the enhanced for loop, you can directly print the values in the character array. So now let's see the difference between these two methods, trim and strip. So both the methods are from the string class, will be used to remove the leading and trailing spaces in the given string. But only difference is, in case of trim method, it will not be able to remove this Unicode characters. Okay, so /u 2005, this is the Unicode character for the white space. Okay, so in other words, I have added 3 white space here before the Java string. So trim will not be able to remove these white spaces, but in case of strip method, it will be able to remove all these 3 white spaces. So you can see trim could not remove this white space created due to the Unicode characters, but strip method is able to successfully remove the white spaces. So next difference, let's see between isEmpty and isBlank method. So both the methods will be used to check if string is empty or blank. So isEmpty give the true result and isBlank is also given the true result. Okay, now I am going to increase one space, okay, one white space in both the string. So in case of isEmpty, it will consider that it has one character in form of white space. So this time we will get false here. Okay, and in case of isBlank, it is going to consider white space as a blank only. So again, here we will get true. So now let's see, we are adding the white space using the Unicode character. So I think I have covered all the important utility methods from the string class. Okay, so practice all these methods before going for the interviews.